Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk some more about GTA 6. This time with some more facts. It's nothing massive, but I found it worth covering either way. Because on Wednesday, Kotaku released an article which highlighted the last 18 months at Rockstar and the improvement to the culture that is within the company right now. Because if you might remember 18 months ago, there were some not too pleased developers reaching out anonymously to Kotaku, basically saying, you know, that Rockstar really makes great games, but their culture and the way they handle their employees kind of sucks. So, you know, that was basically a big expose and whatnot. And in those last 18 months, they have made improvements, and you can read all about that in the article. It's quite a fun little read if you're interested to see what happens behind the curtain at Rockstar. But the big thing that I would like to point out is a little quote that I will read to you right now. One plan that management has laid out for the next game, a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. Oh! Sorry, what were we talking about? Is to start out with a moderately sized release, which by Rockstar standards would still be a large game. That is, then expanded with regular updates over time, which might help mitigate stress and crunch. But here's a catch. Rockstar's next big project is still in early development. When production ramps up and the game gets closer to launching, will over time come with it. Okay, that's all stuff we not going to talk about because that gets more into the culture stuff. So here's a few big things that we should point out from this teeny tiny quote. First of all, the next game Rockstar is going to release is GTA 6. We're just going to call it that. Everyone calls it that. It's easier that way. It's also apparently in early development. Now that part I don't believe. The main reason for that is because it's highly likely that Rockstar has started the next GTA game probably after they're done with the next gen release, if not sooner. Now obviously they start development with concepts and ideas and all that stuff, but early development in my ears sounds like trying to come up with what the game is going to be like, or just rather, you know, start building on it. There is no way that Rockstar, as big of a company as it is, has not really already started with development years and years and years ago. This game is more than likely already well on their way and has plenty of people working on it. Rockstar has multiple studios ranging all the way from California all the way to even India. Now personally, I don't believe for a moment the game is still in early development. In my opinion, I think the latest that it would probably have started with GTA 6 is more than likely 2015. The reason I'm saying that is because in November of 2014, they released the next-gen versions of GTA 5. And maybe they might have been working on the PC version, you know, last few touches. But I think at the latest, they started working on GTA 6 and it's been in quote-unquote early development. Definitely must have been in like April, May 2015, because there's no logical sense whatsoever why a game as big as GTA 6 and as ambitious as Rockstar is, that hasn't been in development for the last at least 4 years. There's no way this game still is in early development. Like, Rockstar's not going to announce a brand new game in a Kotaku article that just is about something completely irrelevant. That's not how they roll, and we all know it. If they're gonna announce GTA 6, it's gonna be in some cryptic way with a bunch of teasers or whatever on their social media like they did with Red Dead. They're not gonna do it in a Kotaku article, so I definitely taking this early in development stuff with a giant grain of salt. Even more, to directly quote Van MDO2 and tweeted, he did say is that next title, a GTA title, is in early stages of development. It's hard to believe when I'm hearing that it's halfway done or even beyond that. Take note that RDR2 took approximately 8 or 7 years worth of development. Main production started right after the RDR1's release, and recording session started in 2013. Expect the same for the next title, unless it's early as in nowhere near release, which is more believable. Then Jan says the following as well, which is, for example, that since RDR2, it's no longer a one studio per game type of thing. Every studio works on every game now. As well as Jan says here that it's not possible unless they have a very weird definition of early stages. Maybe early stages of testing, sure, but not of development. Which is all true, because if you, like I said before, they have so many studios, as hell. Rockstar literally has one studio entirely dedicated to QA testing. Like they have stupid amount of money. Do you really think that having thousands of employees means that a game like GTA 6 is still in early development? I don't believe that for a second. Now, obviously, this is more than likely pure PR talk to keep the wolves away from them as much as they can, because obviously everyone is very hungry for GTA 6, but I personally think that it's a little closer than you might think. Obviously, they're not going to make any official announcements until it's actually, I guess, probably like an alpha or beta. I don't precisely know how game development typically is done in terms of planning and all this stuff, especially with the current situation that is going on. I don't necessarily think that we'll be seeing an announcement anytime soon, because obviously this whole situation, yes, I'm trying to avoid demonetization here, is definitely gonna slow some things down, as we've already seen with, like, for example, The Last of Us 2, who has literally been just delayed indefinitely. And yes, I am still upset about that, but either way, those are just some of my thoughts. Of course, I'd love to know what you think down in the comments down below. This little tidbit of information does give a ray of hope, you know, knowing that the next game that Rockstar will release is going to be GTA 6. Very cool, very nice. Now we just gotta play the waiting game some more and hope they finally come to their senses and release the game as quick as possible, because I really want to play it, even though I don't know what it's gonna be like. But it's been 7 years of GTA Online, and I kind of want to play something different. Either way, thank you all so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.